Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show, live from Harris County, or they like to call here the county.
Yes, sir.
I'm Thrift Behringer from Georgia Alabama Sports Live. To my left is Richard Holdridge, my partner in crime, going on 3 years we've been doing this together, Richard.
Can't believe it's been 3 years, but this has just been amazing. This officially kicks off the high school football season. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. A guy that I've known for some time, was a big part of our coverage last year and going to be even bigger this year. His name is Rick Beach, Kudzu Sports, but he's also Rick Beach of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Rick, thank you so much for joining us, man, and thank you for being a part of our team.
Man, I'm excited about 2024 season, just excited about Georgia Alabama Sports Live, the direction that this company's going, and I'm just excited to be holding on to that rocket ship.
No doubt, man. And then a new member of our team, the young buck, the guy that has had experience. He's called actually a state championship game. He's only 22. He actually called that, 18, 19 years old, 20 years old?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. His name is Noah Shelton, and he's going to be a big part of what we do this year. Here is your on-air talent. We may add some people throughout the season, but to start off right now, you get used to seeing these four guys. Noah, thank you so much for being a part of our team. We're glad you're here.
Well, absolutely. I'm glad to be here, too. Isn't this beautiful, guys? It's back. The best sport we know. Can't wait to cover it this fall. It's going to be awesome.
So this is basically an intro of what we're going to do the 2024-2025 season. July's done, so now that July's over with, the summer's done. We're here in August. That means we're starting live streaming sports next week. We got football games coming up in 2 weeks today, and then that leads to the rest of the 2024-2025 season. We are going to be your home for Calvary Christian Athletics. We're going to be your home for Brookstone Athletics. We're going to be your home for Pacelli Athletics. We're going to be your home for Glenwood Athletics, Muscogee County Athletics, and of course, Harris County Athletics. We're going to be doing volleyball, softball, flag football, soccer. We're going to be doing, of course, baseball, football, and basketball, wrestling, a tennis match. Who knows? If it's going to be a game, it's an event, you're going to see Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We got our high school game day starting up in 2 weeks. We got all the coaches shows, the Kudzu Sports Show, the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show, Glenwood, Calvary Coaches Show, Brookstone Coach Show. We got so much content, literally 7 days a week. Guys, I know y'all are excited about it. We'll start with you, Rick. What are you looking forward to this upcoming 2024-2025 season? Not just football, but the year long that we're going to be doing this.
Highlighting everything, highlighting every sport, getting, volleyball, getting some love. We're going to talk to cross-country coach. We're going to talk to swimming coach. We're going to talk to the softball. We're going to air content from softball games, coaching shows. It's just the amount of content you're going to get. And if you're Harris County, it's going to be more than you've ever seen from the it used to be a little bitty school up on 116, but now it's grown into a behemoth.
Yeah.
And it's about time it gets treated like that.
Exactly right. Richard, we started this endeavor 2 years ago. Now we're going on year 2 of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We did streaming, on our personal pages, but we started to create the company, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. You're one of the first people that was a part of the team, man. But now looking at what we're going to accomplish this year, and not just high school, but also middle school. We've done Little League, elementary stuff we may even get involved with. Of course, the Lions, of course, the Fountain City soccer team, Columbus United. And we're even going to cover the new Columbus baseball team. So we're doing professional. We also got CVCC. We're home for their athletic programming events. And CSU we're going to be covering. That's literally everything in our area on top of the 16 high schools. I know you're excited about it, aren't you, Richard?
I am. I was looking back at the archives for year 1 for Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and I cannot wait for year 2 because what we did in year 1, you ain't seen nothing yet. We know.
Tell them, Rich.
We are going to have so much sports content that it's going to just be just about every day, and it's all about just giving these student athletes the coverage that they deserve, especially not just in football, but the other sports like volleyball, softball, soccer.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I'm really just proud to just be a part of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. I'm proud of the fact that our team is growing.
Yep.
I've gotten to know Rick Beach, calling games with Rick Beach. I've called games with Noah Shelton. In fact, we were talking about it was a year ago. Noah and I were calling the Chattahoochee Monsters in the SPL playoffs.
Yeah.
So, I'm truly blessed just to be a part of Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and I'm excited that this is the play-by-play talent right now, and I can't wait to to call games with you guys and to do shows with you guys and help produce shows as well.
I mean, Noah, what's it like seeing something like this? Last year, you graduated. We were going to try to get you on early as last year, but you were still finishing up school. You graduated from the University of Alabama. But now, why is this something that you wanted to pursue, and why did you want to be a part of our team, man?
Well, broadcasting sports has really been the one thing I think I've dreamed about doing even as a kid. And
Right.
this is just a great opportunity. From where y'all came from around 2 years ago, holding your phone up, doing some Christmas tournament basketball, where
Yeah.
it's the first time I met you.
Right.
So having a full crew, we got 4 broadcasters. We also got 4 producers. That are Chris Gates, who's done the setup today. He's awesome.
Yep.
So having a full team, as we have, is going to give us the opportunity to cover so many more sports, so many more coaches and players, and really give them the exposure they deserve.
Exactly right. You mentioned Chris Gate. We also got Brandon Swobel. We got Toygar Isla, Bane Robertson, and we got Drew Pierce. And again, we'll have other people that'll be a part of our team. I also got to say shout out to who we're partnering with. That is, of course, we are an affiliate of Sports Visions with DJ Jones. Everything we do with Sports Visions. We are under one umbrella, and we all 4 appreciate everything what DJ has done for us and allowing us to, being a great mentor. And we're excited about what Sports Visions has in the future. I also want to shout out Double Coverage, because they are a partner with us in getting the live streams out there. So we appreciate Jerome Bryant. Guys, we did over 150 games last year.
Unbelievable.
We tallied over close to 500,000 views between Facebook and YouTube with all those shows. And I'm just talking about 150 games. We throw in the shows, probably 250 to 300 total events in 1 year, and we're planning on doubling that this year. So we needed to expand the team, and I got a Hall of Fame MVP type team, and we're going to attack this. All right, enough about what we're going to do. We've already excited everyone. Again, home to Calvary Athletics, Glenwood Athletics, and we're home to Harris County Athletics and Muskogee County and Brooks Home Pacelli as well. And I forgot to even mention Russell County, because we're going to be doing some games with them, and Larry Knox, we're going to be covering them as well in the Warriors. So 16 schools, Smith Station Central. When we get an opportunity, we're going to take advantage of it and try to get out there to those schools too. So we appreciate everyone supporting us. All right, let's go ahead and get into what we're excited about this year. We'll touch on some of the schools around the area. We'll start with you, Ricks. Actually, we'll save the best for last. Let's save that for last. Let's start with you, Noah. Glenwood.
Yes, sir.
Both of us as alumni of that school have known them to be a dominant powerhouse in the AISA. After 50-something years, they're moving on to the AHSAA as a 3A school, taking on schools like Valley, Childersburg, Beulah. I mean, it's weird saying those names and not, Chambers Academy or Pike Liberal Arts or Macon East. It's now Beulah and Valley. What is your expectations? You ain't got to really give a record, but what do you feel like with this Glenwood program moving to the public sector?
I mean, I think it's good for them as a whole, especially with the exposure they're going to get playing these public schools, these bigger schools, like you said, Beulah and Valley. And I'm really interested to see, the best part about it to me is they kept intact the Glenwood and Lee Scott rivalry. They still have, some of the old, because as well as Autauga and Pike,
right.
TA, some old schools that Glenwood used to play as well in the AISA.
Yep.
It's a new flavor, but still some old friends you see along the way. I think it's a great mix of both worlds.
Oh, I can't wait. And Coach Nelson, he has been a spark plug for that program. He comes in, takes over Jason Gibson, who did a great job, and I've just seen the program grow. Dude, when we were in school, we were happy to get 40, maybe 50 kids. I know I only had like 40 dressed out my senior year. He's got close to 70 kids. That's a pretty cool, isn't it, Noah, seeing that?
Oh, absolutely. I think he's continuing, I believe, what Jason Gibson started. Now, like it or not, Jason Gibson really sparked the program to what it is now, prior to his era. Getting them to the state championship game in 2019.
Yep.
And they've been to 3 or 4 in the last 5 years. Haven't quite finished it, ran across the finish line with the trophy. But I think it's going to take them a few years probably to build up to where they can compete consistently with the big boys in the AHSAA, but I think over time, if you give Nelson enough time, they'll find a way to do it.
No doubt, man. Richard, we'll tuck on the other 3 private schools that are in the Columbus area. That is Calvary, Brookstone, and Pacelli. Guess what? They're all in the same region. Guess what? They're all in the GIAA, and they're going to be facing off against each other, so we're going to get those rivalries. We're talking about Muskogee County in a minute, but talk about Calvary making the move to the GIAA, Pacelli bringing back Dwight Jones, and honestly, the last 2 years, they've been one of the powerhouse football programs in our area. And then you can't sleep on Brookstone. And the first 2 seasons of Rance Gillespie, semifinal play away from the state and making it to the state. This guy has an incredible resume. Won a state championship, Peach State. You know, coach was offensive coordinator at Georgia Southern. Talk about those 3 schools and your expectations with them.
Well, I think Calvary making the move to the GIAA was the right move, and now we get this 3-team rivalry in Columbus.
All about 15 minutes from each other.
Exactly. But you got to give credit to what Coach Emmanuel Brunson is doing. He's building up a culture at Calvary in his 2nd year. I mean, they were 1 yard away from winning the GAPS championship.
We were there for that.
We were there. Skipstone Academy. They're going into the GIAA, so you know the schedule. It's going to be a little bit tougher. They're going to be tested August the 16th, the opener against Terrell County. Now, that is a GHSA school.
Yep.
They are about an hour south of Columbus in Dawson, but that's going to be a big test. They got to take on Mount DeSales, Stratford. When they get into region play, of course, they're going to be battling with Brookstone and Pacelli and Westfield School, Strong Rock Christian. I mean, the GIAA is stacked. I mean, we know about it.
Yeah.
I think that Calvary's ready because I think Coach Brunson is building something there. And as far as Pacelli, we know what Dwight Jones has done, his legacy, and then with Coach Rance Gillespie at Brookstone. I mean,
it speaks for itself. I'll say for Pacelli, Coach Dwight Jones does have to replace, their quarterback, but they've had a great all-season. Coach Roger Beck believes that this Pacelli team can be competitive. Again, they've won 8 and 9 games each of the last 2 years during the regular season and been either the number 2 seed or the number 3 seed heading into the playoffs. So I expect that dominance to continue. And same with Brookstone. Coach Gillespie actually said, last 2 teams been pretty good, guys. He just said that this team's going to be the best team he's had in his tenure there. So big expectations for those Cougars. And by the way, tomorrow, football media day for Brookstone on Georgia Alabama Sports Live at 9:30. Before we hit on Muskogee County, let's go over to Rick Beach. Rick, Harris County, last year, greatest year in school history.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard to capitalize on, but if there's a guy to do it, his name is Tommy Watson, and he's the lead man for the Tigers.
Yeah, what Tommy's done, Coach Watson came in and got integrated with the middle school program. Coach Fox did it a little bit towards the end, but Coach Watson's jumping in with both feet. And now some of the guys that were freshmen his first year of the 2-win season, those guys are juniors now. They've been 3 years in this program. It is a very physical program. Practices are grueling up here, not just running. You hit and you hit and you hit. Coach Watson played offensive line. He was a starting center for Mississippi State.
That's D1.
Yeah, and he played in the 90s. It's a physical game. He likes to get in the trenches, and he wants them 5. And they got 5 offensive linemen, all with offers to college. They're nasty. They're big. And that's the heart and soul of this team, is that offensive line. And the team will go where they go. And I think they can take them just as far this year as far as the playoff goes. But like y'all said with the other schools, getting new regions and a new region for Harris County. You got new blood. You're not going against the same schools from up in Noonan. And you're getting these, you got Stars Mill for Peachtree City. You got Mundy's Mill. You got Carrollton, Central Carrollton. You got some question marks, teams you hadn't seen. And you got some teams that Central Carrollton went 12-0 last year. And so it's a deeper region.
Northside
come with us. So that rivalry can keep going. As Shelton touched on, the rivalries are really big in high school. It's a big deal. It's not just college. These high schools, especially a high school like Harris County, where you're taught about the rivalries in Little League and you own up. In Little League, I'll just say it, Little League is Harris County and Northern Little League. With the same kids that go to Northern, go to Northside. The same kids that play Harris County Little League play at Harris County. So these rivalries are just ingrained into you up here, and it's exciting to know that keeps going.
No doubt, man. And one of the things I keep hearing from a lot of people that either played at a high level, coached at a high level, high schools won in the trenches, that offense and defensive
100%.
line. And that is what dominated last year. The defensive line and the offensive line for Harris County led them to an 11-2 season, all the way to the quarterfinals and winning a region championship. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back from break, we will finish up touching on some of the high school stuff here on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show special.
Check out these great offers at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
At Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, you can own one of the best-selling vehicles in the USA, the GMC Sierra pickup. Right now, discounted up to $15,500 off. The roomy and comfortable compact SUV, the GMC Terrain, is up to $7,750 off.
Choose from over 400 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way to Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome to the Campus Academy Private School, where every student is celebrated for their individuality. With personalized curriculum, students unlock their potential, growing into confident learners. At the Campus Academy, we give teachers the freedom to create dynamic classrooms where every student's voice is heard. Discover the difference. Enroll your child today and watch them thrive.
Special live from Harris County. All right, we were at Muskogee County Media Day. It really kicked off the season, and me and Richard were there to live stream Chris Gates, and man, I was so proud to see these players. They were very well spoken. I enjoyed hearing from all the coaches, including the new ones from Kendrick, Emmanuel Brown, Columbus High Bobby Peters, and Jordan, Antonio McDaniel. All these guys are going to do fabulous things for their respective programs, but the 7 of the 8 Muskogee County schools being in the same region, that is huge going into this year, and that means also limited opportunities for teams to make the playoff, but travel's going to be better. Jeff Battle's talking about, he's excited about it, and obviously the forefront of those schools is Carver, but I'm telling you, right on their heels, and you can't tell Joseph Kegler anything else. Spencer's right there. Johnny Garter believes this is his best Shaw team, and he thinks that his offensive defensive line can dominate. And then you can't count out teams like Hardaway. Also teams like, and now I'm losing my train of thought, Columbus, Sumter County, Jordan. What's your expectations this year, and what did you learn today at Media Day?
Well, first of all, it was a great Media Day, and one of the things that I learned is that these coaches, they know what their team is, and I think it's important that we have this region play, and it was stressed that the travel, it was wearing on these kids to have to go to Bainbridge, have to go to Macon. But now they get to be in Columbus. The road games that are on the schedule could just be at Otis Spencer Stadium or Kinnett Stadium.
Right.
But you're right. I do believe Carver is the favorite in this region. They are one of the top teams in AA. Everybody has moved down to AA, minus Northside. Northside is the only school in Columbus that's in 4A with Harris County.
Yeah.
What Coach Johnny Gardner is building at Shaw in his second year. You know that Shaw, that made the playoffs last year in 4A, they're going to be up there with Carver. And I also noticed that a lot of them were excited about these rivalries renewed. We're going to have the Midtown Showdown between Hardaway and Columbus. We're going to have that rivalry renewed with Kendrick and Shaw. We're going to have that rivalry renewed with Carver and Kendrick. I mean, these rivalries are great, and it's great for the city, and it's also going to help generate revenue. We're going to see packed out stadiums because I think that your fans on both sides are going to be packing the other side of the stadium.
Yeah.
We see these teams from Macon and Albany that don't make the trip to Columbus because they just don't want to drive too far. So I'm excited. I can't wait. And I'm looking forward to this upcoming season.
Yeah, I am too. Northside, Caden Clay's coming back. I really like that Northside team. Them and Harris County is going to have a battle. And each time the road team has won the game against that rivalry. So excited about what Coach Oropeza comes back. And I think Caden Clay is one of the best quarterbacks in this area that is returning quickly. Central, I think we all can make the statement. They're going to keep doing what they do. They're good. Andrew Alford's going D1, and Coach Patrick Nick's going to have him in state. Smith Station's trying to get better. They feel like their coach, it feels like this is one of a team that's improved over the last couple of years and be competitive. And Russell County, Dylan Griggs made the playoffs a few years ago, trying to capitalize. He's trying to get that Russell County, there's another county, culture ready to buy in. So we're excited about it. We're literally moments away from the black and gold game. We won't live stream that. But we'll be here to watch as football season is upon us. Scrimmages start next week, and then August the 16th is the first game. So, guys, I'm so glad. I'm excited about this upcoming season. We'll have all our shows starting next week, and we'll even start giving out predictions as early as the August 11th show. We're going to have all 4 of us giving predictions for each team as we have a huge, extravagant, special, long show for that. So, from Rick Beach, Richard Holdridge, Noah Schultz, I'm Thurip Barringer saying thank y'all so much, and we will see you tomorrow morning for the Brookstone Media Day at 9:30. This is Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show signing out.